my head to your fan, the streets of Monrovia. With a fire in his heart and dreams in his eyes, he played the game with passion and desire. George Weah, the legend would rise. Oh yeah, oh yeah. With every touch, he danced on the field, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. His skill and grace could make you kneel, yeah. George Weah, a football star. Oh yeah.
This is George Weah. He was so good that he became the only African player to ever win the FIFA Ballon d'Or. Weah played in huge teams in Europe like Monaco, Paris Saint-Germain, AC Milan, Chelsea and Manchester City. He had an amazing career, winning individuals and collective trophies like 2 Italian Serie A's, the England FA Cup, the French League, 3 French Cups, the Ballon d'Or, UEFA Champions League top scorer and more. All this coming from a country with no relevant football story at all. Come find more about this unbelievable player and his journey from Liberia to the Ballon d'Or. This is Twiza Nkosi with the African Kings of Football. Let's celebrate.
Twiza Nkosi, gather. We gotta show you the best players in town. From the heart of Africa, they shine so bright.
George Weah was born on October 1st, 1966 in Monrovia, Liberia. Despite being born in a very poor country, that has not a big football culture and relevance, and with a lot of issues and difficulties caused by the wars and poverty, Weah always showed his passion and skills with a ball. Since his young age, the thing he most liked to do was get his ball and go out in his slums, Clara Town, streets, to play with his friends. In 1981, at the age of 15, Weah embarked on his football journey with Young Survivors, a club based in Clara Town. Over the course of 3 years with Young Survivors, Weah contributed significantly to the club's ascent, securing 2 promotions from the 4th tier of Liberian football to the 2nd. By 1984, Weah had caught the attention of Liberian Premier League club Bong Range United, where he spent 1 season before making a transfer to Mighty Barrel, a prominent club in Liberia. He won with them the Liberian Premier League and Liberian FA Cup in 1986. Despite his consistent scoring record, with 10 games and 7 goals, Weah found himself frequently on the bench at Mighty Barrel, prompting a move to their rivals Invincible 11 in 1986. Weah's impact at Invincible 11 was immediate and profound. He played a pivotal role in securing the 1987 Liberian Premier League title for the club, emerging as the league's top scorer and earning the prestigious title of the league's Player of the Season. His numbers were amazing, 23 games and 24 goals. At this time, even being the best player in the country, Weah still had another job. In the Liberia Telecommunications Corporation as a switchboard operator. After that amazing season, Weah would have his first experience aboard. He signed for the Africa Sports from Ivory Coast, where he played only 2 games, scoring 1 goal. Few months after, he moved to the TKC Yaoundé, one of the biggest clubs in Cameroon. Weah's journey there was absolutely amazing. He played at high level and got everybody's attention with 14 goals in 18 games. Weah's abilities were noticed by the Cameroon's national team manager, Claude Leroy, who recommended him to Arsène Wenger, who was at the time the manager of Monaco club. Weah signed for Monaco in 1988 after Wenger had flown to Africa to see him play. Before diving into his career in Europe, let's hear from our mascot, Ndogo, the obvious lion.
Hello Nkosis, how are you? Today's fact will really shock you. Did you know that George Weah was not the responsible for the death of Osama bin Laden? That's because he was a football player, not an American sniper.
What a hell, Ndogo. You will get us in troubles. Well, let's continue. Weah spent 4 amazing seasons at Monaco, where he scored 66 goals and had 14 assists. In his first season, 88-89, he played 38 games and scored 17 goals. He reached the French's Cup final and won the African Player of the Year award, all this in his first season in Europe. On the next 3 seasons, he continued playing at high level, being the best player in Monaco and one of the best players in France. He won the French Cup for Monaco at the season 90-91. In the season 92-93, Weah moved to the giant PSG, where he would shine at high level for 3 seasons, with 56 goals and 10 assists. On his first season, he was the most important player at PSG in the French league, when the champions were Marseille, with Abedi Pelé. In the UEFA Cup, now Europe League, Weah was amazing, scoring 7 goals and taking PSG to the semi-finals, where they would lose against Juventus. That season, UEFA Cup had the strongest teams, as you can see. PSG eliminated Napoli, PAOK, Anderlecht, and the Real Madrid in the quarter-finals, with a 4-1 victory after a 3-1 defeat in the first leg. Weah scored the first goal in the second leg match.
Rien de George Weah et peut-être des difficultés de bouillon. En tous les cas, lorsque ce corner est frappé au premier poteau, comme Arthur George l'avait demandé, eh bien c'est une occasion de but immédiate. Et regardez...
In the next season, 93-94, Weah led PSG to the French league title. He was one of the main names on this amazing campaign. He won again the African Player of the Year award. His next season, 94-95, would be historic. Weah was just playing more than any other player in the planet. He won the French Cup, the French League Cup, and was the UEFA Champions League top scorer with 7 goals, despite PSG being eliminated at the semi-finals by the AC Milan. PSG eliminated the Barcelona in the quarter-finals after being first in a group with Bayern Munich. Weah was so good that in that historic year he won the Ballon d'Or. He was the best player in the planet. Until today, he is the only African player to win it, and the only one to ever won it outside Europe, Brazil or Argentina. Eusebio, former Benfica player, won a Ballon d'Or, but he was Portuguese, despite being born in Mozambique. That was at the time a Portuguese cologne, so technically was Portugal. If you want a whole video about this player, let us know on the comments. Weah won again the African Player of the Year award, the BBC African Footballer of the Year, and the FIFA World Player of the Year. After this amazing season, Weah went to the AC Milan. He played there for 4.5 seasons. Weah was the main name at Milan for several years, despite playing with great players like Desailly, Alessandro Costacurta, Roberto Baggio, Maldini, Patrick Vieira, Paolo Di Canio, Ambrosini, Edgar Davids, Patrick Kluivert, and more. He played 147 games, scored 58 goals, and had 36 assists. Weah won with AC Milan 2 Italian leagues, 95-96 and 98-99. In the winter transfer of 2000, Weah would go on loan to Chelsea, where he played only 15 games, scored 5 goals and had 1 assist. Despite the short months there, he won the FA Cup with Chelsea. After that, Weah joined the Manchester City as free agent, but he only stayed at the club for few months, playing only 9 games with 4 goals scored. He went back to France, where he joined Marseille and played 1 season with 20 games, 5 goals and 2 assists. Weah then left to his last club, the Al Jazeera from the United Arab Emirates. Despite his age, Weah had 2 great seasons there. In first season, he played only 8 games but scored amazing 13 goals. His last season as football player, 2002-2003, Weah played 30 games and scored 15 goals. That was the goodbye to a king, a god, who is probably, until today, the major name in African football.
Liberian, he ready our eyes, whiskey and determination. We conquer the prize. George Weah, the footballer, the legend in his prime.
We spoke about Weah's amazing career in the clubs that he played. And what about his national team? Well, as we said earlier, Liberia was never a major name in terms of football. The country was very poor and the football there was far to be developed, having no other big names besides George Weah. Despite this, Weah managed to qualify his country to 2 AFCONs in 1996 and 2002. With Liberia national team, he scored 22 goals in 61 games. Until today, he is the most important player in the history of his country. Weah had one amazing career where he won an impressive number of collective and individual trophies and awards. Let's take a look at them.
Liberian, he will lead our eyes with skill and determination. We conquer the prize. George Weah, the footballer, the legendary.
George Weah, the Liberian wonder, was a very complete striker.
They march on the field like warrior star. From Cameroon to Egypt, Nigeria to South Africa, they leave their footprints. The legacy so grand.
More than just a gifted footballer, George Weah became a symbol of hope and transformation for African football. His dazzling skills, exemplified by his electrifying pace and mesmerizing dribbling, demolished stereotypes on the biggest European stages. Weah's 1995 Ballon d'Or, the first and only ever awarded to an African player, resonated far beyond individual achievement. It shattered preconceptions about the continent's talent pool and ignited a spark of belief in countless young Africans. Weah's legacy transcends trophies and accolades. He serves as a constant reminder that dedication, hard work, and pure talent can pave the way for even the most ambitious dreams to take flight, inspiring generations of footballers on the African continent and beyond. His story continues to be a beacon of hope, urging aspiring players to reach for the pinnacle of the sport, proving that dreams truly have no borders. George Weah is a true king of African football. He was a natural winner with a successful career and broke a lot of barriers for the following African player generations. His legacy continues to inspire us. It was a real pleasure to share his incredible story with you. We hope you enjoyed this as much as we did. Thank you very much for joining the Twiza and Nkosi tribe.
Twiza and Nkosi gather. We gotta show you the best players in town. From the heart of Africa, they shine so bright. Through their skill and passion, they'll unite. Hey, hey, Twiza and Nkosi, oh. Hey, hey, Twiza and Nkosi, oh. Get ready to witness the football play. Twiza and Nkosi, the place to be with the play. Oh, oh, Twiza and Nkosi, oh. Oh, oh, Twiza and Nkosi, oh. The champions of the pitch, they won't fight now. Twiza and Nkosi represents African football with pride.